Nigerian aviation workers have suspended their planned industrial action due to commence today. This followed a memorandum of settlement reached by the workers and the Federal Ministry of Aviation in the early hours of Tuesday. Both parties signed the agreements at the end of a conciliation meeting held at the instance of the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment. The meeting, which was presided over by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, discussed the non-implementation of the minimum wage consequential adjustment in the aviation parastatals since 2019 and the non-approval release of the reviewed conditions of service in the parastatals. Briefing journalists on the agreement reached, Ngige said the National Salaries, Incomes and Wages Commission was requested to issue a service-wide circular informing all organizations in the public and private sectors that they are bound to implement the national minimum wage of 2019 consequential adjustments. The Minister of Aviation is to circulate the circular on the consequential minimum wage adjustment to all the agencies under the supervision of the ministry, requesting them to implement the national minimum wage consequential adjustment without any further delay, and also clarify that these payments became effective from April 18, 2019, when the minimum wage was signed into law. The minister said the parties also agreed that those that exited the system during the period from April 18, 2019 to date would also be paid the arrears. He said the meeting concluded that all the agencies that had not paid the minimum wage allowance should write to the NSIWC through the Ministry of Aviation for consideration/evaluation. According to him, the NSIWC promised to process all as soon as possible, and consequently, the parties agreed that the consequential adjustment of the minimum wage of 2019 based on the approved government templates should be implemented on or before the end of the first quarter of 2022. Regarding the non-approval of the reviewed condition of service of the agencies under the Aviation Ministry, Ngige said and noted that the issue was a protracted one, have been ongoing for about 9 years. He said the meeting charged the management to take more proactive steps to conclude the review of the conditions of service to boost the morale of the workers and retain the best technical staff in the industry. A statement by the Labour Ministry spokesman, Mr. Charles Akman, said the meeting agreed that by the end of the first quarter of 2022, the Aviation Ministry should ensure the approval, release and implementation of the renewed COS of all workers in the agencies under the ministry. In view of the above, the 7-day ultimatum issued for a planned industrial action effective February 8, 2022 is hereby suspended, stated.